Standing outside of our studio space here in downtown Anderson, and I am getting ready to do the one thing that I always hate doing and haven't done for many years, and that is make a format change to our online radio station, WGen-X Radio. We're in the Union Building, so come on with me and we'll get this thing sorted out. Now, we've been to a lot of places and we've done a lot of cool builds for studios and spaces that we have been in the, 8-9 years that we've had WGen-X Radio. And this one, we are back in one of our old stomping grounds. And so you'll get to see the new space, and you'll get to see what we're going to be doing with it. So we're in here, and this is our space. That's the radio room. That is our DJ room right there. You'll see more of that. But we do have some other stuff, like we have a full vocal room to do voiceovers and all of the other fun stuff. When we have our little planning room that we sit down and talk about stuff and go over different projects and different things. But as you'll hear the radio kicking in when we get closer, it is WGen-X Radio. And we're just chilling out here doing things. So what we're going to be switching to is to a new format. And the new format is going to be more, how did the board say it? Divorce Dad Rock. If you don't know, we are WGen-X Radio. And we are ran by a nonprofit organization that does music stuff, community stuff, raises money for things like Riley's Children's Hospital and all that stuff. I say stuff a lot. I need to get out of that habit. But so we are working with them. I am one of the founders, but the board has gotten together and said, hey, it was time to refresh our thing. We've kind of drug out and became more of a oldie station than a classic rock station or what have you. We need to add more stuff like what we got coming up. Red Hot Chili Peppers, 3 Days Grace, that type of stuff. We need to slide more into the Divorce Dad Rock and get away from the 50s and 60s and 70s stuff. We're still planning on playing some 70s, but no more Elvis. And that kind of got in there from the different people, different DJs, because we are a community-based radio station, so they kind of bring their own sound and their own stuff to it, and that has bled into the main rotation, and we need to prune and recenter. I mean, it's been several years, and we just need to get rid of the dead weight. Stuff that people don't want to listen to as much anymore. And I mean, not to say that the music is bad. I listen to it all the time, but we just need to clean it up a little bit. So you may be wondering what I'm doing right now. Well, we have over 14,000 songs in our server, and I'm rather than having to go through it all by myself and picking out which songs I want to place where, I have set up a PowerShell thing that will break them into small categories, like pull out the ones that I want and out of the thing and put them into a new folder. And then I can sort that new folder by power, recurrent, secondary, the whole scheduling thing, and try to build a new rotation for our days out of that. And as it's currently going right now, It's still working because we have a lot, and I mean a lot of music, and you're looking for stuff like in the middle of all of the stuff where, I don't know, gospel music. We have a bunch of that for a project we got coming up. We're working with another nonprofit to launch them a gospel radio network. So trying to weed through all of that stuff and say, oh no, we don't want that. We don't want too much of the Weird Al. We don't want too much of Dr. Demento stuff. We want to move all of that stuff over here, and then we're going to put the Saving Abel and Three Doors Down and you know, all 311 and all of that, Blink 182. We're going to put all of that into another folder, and so I can go through and set the rotation folders. And that's currently what's going on right now. It's a lot of automated stuff that I scoured the internet. I asked AI to help me figure out how to do this stuff. But a lot of the code and PowerShell scripts I found online, it was just more of a, hey, what does this do kind of question. Since outside of my day job I work for a radio station. Here I run one and have run this one for a while. But outside of asking them, hey, how do you do this? Or doing it by myself, I figured that would be the most expedient way to try to get everything down and out so that we can change formats a little bit more easily without, like, I have a month to do it. Well, 15 days. And I got to get it done before September. So this is how I got to do it, because I have a deadline. And it takes all the fun out of it. But once everything is done, then I get to listen to all the good music. Questionable taste. I get to listen to all the music and make sure that the files didn't corrupt and all of the other stuff, and replace the songs that we need, and then go out and looking for the other songs and tracks that we may not have that we would like to add to the rotation, and then try to find those in places like Promo Only or some of the other music distribution sites that we can pick up music from. So I will get back with you when that finishes running. Coming at you from downtown Anderson, and you know what? I am glad that we are in Indiana and not in Rhode Island, because yesterday a truckload of squid, is that a plural or is it not? Alright, so it ran, we got everything moving, and we're getting ready to start with our setup for the rotations and stuff we use Station Playlist on WGen-X Radio. And their rotations is pretty simple. You put it in there, it deals with the separation rules, I mean, all of the other stuff that is required. You have to update and make sure, because some files come in saying that they're this and they're not that, or they have somebody playing on it that you can't repeat at a certain time, so you have to or files are named like Dr. Dre, and then it's like Dr. Dre but all caps, and then, you know, all of that stuff. Like, you have to put that in there till it recognizes all of that information. But like right now we have this is all of our current rotations or categories, and it's a whole lot. We're going to try to pare that down a little bit, make it more functional, and make it to when we build the rotations here in a minute, that everything has a spot to go, and you know where your rotations are and what songs are going to play in what order. As you see, like I said, this is our rotation list right now. And you're looking at some of these have like 2,500 songs, 1,900 songs. You know, you're dealing with a lot of stuff, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. There's just a lot of music here. But we're going to start building out our new categories based on the folders that we created over here. So those are our new folders that this fun little script, let's see if I can get to it, that this fun little script gave us. Yes, there's 15 missing or non-parsed. That created that out of the 13,000 songs that we have. So we're going to build that out as our rotation now. So we named our folder. This is going to be the gold folder. We're going to add that folder, and we're going to find out where it went. We're in the rebuilds. There's that one. Add that. We're going to include subfolders to make sure everything in the folder gets placed in there too. And then you hit OK. And it goes through and starts counting down all of the stuff that you have put into that folder. And I do believe our gold early folder is really, we split it up between like early morning stuff, later stuff to play during the day. You have your power, you have your recurrence, you have your recurrent secondaries, and all of the other fun stuff. So there's our new now that we have that done, we're into creating rotations now. And I already made my morning rotation. I got that all up and dated. I got the opening for the midday show, the Midday Riot. I got that. And I have the nooner sorted out. So we have the Midday Riot. We have two rotations that fall into general. The Midday Riot opening has an opener and some other stuff that goes with it. And then the nooner is a 12 o'clock rock block that is only like really rockin' songs. So that got its own rotation. Now I got to build the middle rotation that'll feed the second and the fourth hour for the thing. So what I do is I go up on the rotations tab right here. I click new. I type in Midday Riot 2, 4. Being it's the second and the fourth blocks in that 4 hour period. You can name them whatever. That's just for me to remember when I am plugging everything into the schedule that we do later on, where things go. So it reminds me that it'll be the second midday and that'll be the fourth midday that goes in. You do it however you do it. I know professional PDs probably do this a lot easier and a lot more sophisticated than what I'm doing, but this is a small community station. We're running station playlists, so we have to follow the station playlist thing. I would love to be able to get something like the radio, some of the new DJ software that they got. I looked into them. They're way more expensive than we can, being a community nonprofit, they're way more expensive than we can afford right now. So, but how I set it up is we top of the hour, and then we go into commercials, and then we have our station. It's not a station. It's more like bring it back out of the commercial, and then we have already set up. We have a power early, a power late. We have power pre-1985, which is what I sing for the weekend. We do a lot of the, like with the throwbacks especially, we'll have a lot of the throwbacks that will run from the pre-1985. So you're looking at power early, power late, recurrent early, recurrent late, and your gold early, gold late, and whatnot. So for this, we'll start with a power early. I'll throw in a gold late just to see, add a little extra, something different. And then we'll recurrent early. Then we'll do our Midnight Riot, or no, we need one more song. How about power? We'll end with the power late for that 4-song break. And my DJ, which will be me for this thing, will come in the middle of those 2 songs. So we'll have like the station ID, we'll have like Midday Riot call out stuff after the commercials. I play 2 songs, then I'll talk, play 2 more songs, then I'll have the station drop again, not a station ID, but more of the show drop. And then we'll get into, how about, so we started power early, gold late, early recurrent, power late. We'll do a power early, recurrent late, gold late, and then end with a power early. Kind of mix it up a little bit, and then this comes time for our commercials, so we'll hit with the jingle, station jingle, and then we'll do the commercial, and then come back with the Midday Riot thing. And right now that gives us about a half hour. We're at 30. We have 2 full sections, and it gives us about 38 minutes estimated, depending on the how long your song is. So let's do a gold early. I'm gonna spice it up. Let's throw a nooner in there. A noon or 12 o'clock rock block. It tends to be our heavier stuff. So I'm gonna throw that just in there in the mix, just to kind of break up some of our other stuff. A power late and a recurrent early, and then that way we can kind of come out of the thing with a song that people know, and then we can hit them with a harder song, something in a similar vein with our power late, which our power lates are more the 2000s to 2010 range. And then you have like our recurrent early, which is the like mid-90s grunge era stuff. So it's kind of mixing up all of the stuff. This is, one of those things that I don't know how it will play out because PDing isn't my strong suit. I build stuff. I put the station together. And I talk on air because it's my station and I'd like to talk on air. But so like I said, I've been doing this for 16 years now, and then got a job in terrestrial radio, so where I can be a producer for radio shows that you hear in your car. But getting back to this, so we're at 50 minutes. We need to throw in our drop, and then that should give us exactly 4 songs, because I want to make sure that I go over that way in case the song is only 2 minutes and 50 seconds and it's not planned out for that. We go over the hour to make sure that there's enough there that if a song fails or if something happens, you have extra so you can go into. So I will let's do power early, current early, gold late, and power late. And that's where that'll give us an hour and 8 minutes. That's going to mean it's going to probably cut us off at the second song in the fourth break, but that's fine. We have that built into all of the rotations anyway. And then since that's saved Midday Riot 2.4, that's our full thing. We hit OK, and now it's in the Midday Riot. I have the full Midday Riot done. Go ahead and build out how you want. Like I said, I kind of mix the power. I have a couple levels of power, and then I have a couple reoccurrence and all that stuff. That's just how we set it up here, and that's how things have progressed. So if you do it differently, that's great. If I am entirely wrong and you are a PD out there and you're watching this going, how you can't do that, let me know, because I want to learn how to do this better. I'm sharing with you because this is what I've learned to do on my own. I have had a little bit of schooling, but most of the stuff was on the job stuff when I worked at the high school or at the college station, and I didn't have any broadcast classes or any of that stuff. So it was one of those things that I kind of pieced stuff together based on my experience and a lot of Google searching. So, but this is how we are updating our new schedule. I'll be back once I get all of the schedule or all the rotations scheduled for the day, and then we will build the actual schedule for those rotations so we can get them running inside station playlist. Now that I've got all of the rotations and stuff sorted, I'm going to go in and start doing the schedule. This is for the weekend. So what do I want to do? Because we have the Asylum on, the midnight hour will be the Asylum Midnight, followed by Asylum Rotation, and then Asylum Last Hour. That way we have all of the different stuff set up. So there are specific calls like, hey, it's after midnight, yada, yada, yada. So that show goes into the midnight show. Then the last hour has the sign off and all of the other stuff. Then we created a 4 to 6 bridge. So it goes to it goes to 4 to 6. So we go 4, 5, 6. Then 6 starts the morning show. So we got the mornings until 10. The Midday Riot at 1, first hour, then the filler, then the nooner, then the filler, and that fills us out for the Midday Riot. And then we have our afternoon drive that runs from 2 to 6, and then our flashbacks that take us to 10 o'clock, which is the Asylum Hour 1 and the Asylum Rotation. And then there we have made our entire rotation for Saturday and Sunday. You gotta make sure that you click your schedule restrictions to the days of the week. It'll show you what days of the week that are there. And then you hit OK. I have stuff already scheduled. I got to turn that off, but you click yes to all. And it automatically clears it off for you. So if you look, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it gives you weekend, yes, yes, weekday, and it gives you the yes, yes for what days that falls on. So that is how you make the schedule. We put it into categories. We got all of that stuff sorted. And you just sat here with me while we walked through the entire really, really dry process of updating the format on an internet-based radio station with somebody who doesn't know 100% of what they're doing. But I'm sure in the comments you guys will let me know what I did wrong, as you want to do. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you later.